Godzilla Minus One may be one of the darker entries in the entire franchise. But to this day, a monster of the past is still regarded as the scariest take on Godzilla ever, Shin Godzilla. Regardless if you like the design or not, there's no denying that this multi-form evolving Godzilla was visually disturbing in many different ways. As memorable as some of the scenes are in that film, there are actually quite a lot of deleted scenes that were left on the table by Toho. The one we're going to focus on in this video is going to make your stomach crawl. Allegedly, it was cut from the movie for being so disgustingly violent, so stay tuned. This video is going to continue our recent coverage on the deleted scenes of Shin Godzilla, so make sure and stomp the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and give the video a Kong-sized like if you want more Shin Godzilla on the channel. Let's get to it! Remember the scene from Shin Godzilla where the second form of the monster rumbles down the city street in Japan? This was actually one of the first shots of Shin Godzilla in the movie, and on top of its insane appearance, it also had an extra element to it that was more than gross. As it stomped the ground with each footstep, occasional pools of blood would gush out from its gills. And if you think the blood falling out from the gills is rough to watch, well, you're really going to love this deleted scene we're going to talk about. And by that, I mean really hate it. At the point of the deleted scene in Shin Godzilla, the G-Man would have been in his third form. And by this point, the humans taking a pounding from him would have gotten tired of his shit. Real quick, thanks to CyberMat47 for sharing this video on their channel, and the footage does appear to be early VFX, and was likely being tested as a concept by Toho in this rough stage before deciding if it belonged in the movie or not. Now we see the third form of Shin Godzilla being swarmed by multiple attack choppers. For some reason, the choppers are flying backwards. I know it's weird, it doesn't make sense, but just ignore that for now. The rumored thought behind this scene was that Godzilla at this point was taking damage from the choppers. And in an attempt to cool itself from overheating due to the injuries, Godzilla was supposed to do this. In an instance, thousands of gallons of bloody vomit would have shot out from Godzilla's mouth and flooded the local vicinity. Now, do you think this vomit scene would have been too much for viewers, or would you have liked to have seen it in the final movie? Comment down below. Apparently Toho thought you weren't tough enough to handle. Then the either extremely hot or acidic blood would have flooded the streets, melting the tires of vehicles in seconds. But you can imagine the damage done to any humans unlucky enough to be caught in this blood's path. Speaking of that, look at these guys just casually walking in the back though, like unfazed. After spewing out
bloody rivers! Cheerio, lads! Oh, I love a good pint. Oh, piss.
The waterfall of bloody vomit would have subsided, leaving Godzilla to stand in a puddle of his own stomach fluids, while the liquid cooled his volatile body. As the deleted footage ends, all I can think is just how nasty this would have smelled if this was real.
Oh, that's nasty.
In the end though, this scene was ruled as being too gross and well not necessary for a film that already was working with a low budget. Although that is a shame, the disgusting scene would have made Shin even more memorable, and would have grown his cult following of people who love gross, disturbingly ugly things to look at even more. I could just imagine this scene with fully fleshed out CGI and sound effects, literally making viewers cringe as people were violently melted by Godzilla's deadly bloody vomit. Truly would have been a sight to see, or kind of sort of see, like covered up a little bit and kind of squint through, you know? Luckily for us, at least they bounced the idea around enough to warrant a pre-viz render of the scene, and that specific scene was released out to the wild, so we could talk about it in this video. I hope you all enjoyed this gross episode here on Dangerville, and I hope you're getting into the holiday spirit of spooky things and monsters. This is one of my favorite times of the year. If you like this video, feel free and share it around to get the algorithm all fired up. This has been Jago, over and out.